Hello students, how are you all? I think you all are well. Students, we have started our chapter number 6 and which involve conservation of plants and animal. Up to now, we have completed that what is biodiversity. I have explained you what is biodiversity. Then flora, fauna, I have told about ecosystem, biosphere. Then after biosphere, we have completed why biodiversity is important for us. Then what are the reason behind which there is loss of biodiversity. Okay. And why forests are called our lifeline. And what are the reason for destruction of forests and how we can prevent our forest. Up to here we have completed, and now we are going to start our new topic, that is wildlife. Students, as you all know that wildlife means the life which is living in the forest, okay, or which include all animals species around us, isn't it? And you all know that due to growing impact of deforestation, continuous efforts are being made by many of the anxious animal lover all over the world to protect wildlife, okay. Wildlife is very important as any other natural resources for its beauty, economic, scientific, cultural, and survival values. Okay, so you know that animals are directly or indirectly dependent on each other, especially we all are dependent on plants for our food, isn't it? And they form multiple food chain. Okay, what is food chain? The food chain means the interaction between different organisms which depend upon the food eating habits of one another. Okay, as you can see in this food chain that green plants are consumed by what? They are consumed by grasshopper, isn't it? So grasshopper is the primary consumer. Then this grasshopper is eaten by rat, that is secondary consumer. And after that snake is called tertiary consumer, and snake is eaten by eagle, isn't it? All these are considered to be tertiary consumers. So this food chain, we know that it will get destroyed or it will get disturbed if we are disturbing our wildlife. According to WWF, what is WWF? That is World Wildlife Fund. It, according to it, there is a decrease in 52% from 1970 to 2014, okay. And there are many threats to the wildlife, means the wildlife is going to face many problems according to all this situation. What are these? Habitat loss, as I have explained in my previous video, that whenever the wildlife need not get their shelter to live, then where they will go? They will come to the cities, they will come on road, isn't it? So habitat loss is done due to deforestation. We want to construct new roads, railway, dams, tracks, industries. All these are the prime reason for one of the habitat loss of this wild animal. Then the second reason behind it is pollution. We know that our this lifestyle is directly or indirectly polluting our environment, and this pollution is creating trouble for many aquatic as well as terrestrial animals. Okay, whatever we are doing, like untreated sewage we are throwing, acid rain, industrial waste, excess use of pesticide. What are pesticides? Pesticides are the chemicals which are used to kill pest. Okay. Then fertilizers, oil spills, all these are the common pollutants which are increasing day by day. They are giving the situation of air pollution as well as soil pollution, and which lead to death of several organisms. Then come climate change. Yes, this climate change also affect the wildlife. You know that many birds or animals, they have their own this habitation period. Okay, like they start migrating from one place to another in search of the suitable conditions. Okay, if the climate is changing again and again, then it will be very much difficult for these birds as well as animals to for their migration patterns. Okay, then hunting and poaching. What is hunting? Hunting means killing the animals. Okay, and poaching means for their skin, clothes, horns, bones, we are killing them again and again. Then natural calamities like flood, wildfire, landslides, all these are the reasons due to which our wildlife is destroying, and up to 52% we have come down. Okay, these are the major threatened which our wildlife is facing. Then it comes how we can conserve. I have told you conserve means to protect. How we can protect the wildlife? First of all, what we have to do, that population record of animals, we have to maintain the information regarding, and we have to collect all the information, make record list wise, that how many species we have earlier and how many have diminished, how many are going to diminish. All this information should be ready with us so that we can take necessary step to prevent them. Then natural habitat should be protected. Yes, if we are not provided our natural habitat, I talk about myself first. If we are not getting the suitable conditions for living, then how we can survive, isn't it? But same way, the natural habitat of, if animals are also destroyed, then they cannot survive. Then comes captive breeding programs. Yes, those animals which are in the endangered list, they should have more attention towards their breeding. If they are not breeding, then how their population can be increased? The general awareness must be developed nationally as well as at international level to protect the wildlife. We all have to come together for uh, protecting our forest and wildlife. Then people must be discouraged for purchasing this wild. If we are not purchasing any wildlife product, then automatically the hunting and poaching of the animals will stop. So we should not purchase animal skin, clothes, fur, ivories, and other things which are killing the animals, which we are getting by harming the animals, isn't it? Now I think this is clear to you, that how we can protect our wildlife and what include our wildlife and why it is going down. Now let us come to the next topic, that is red data list. Yes, nowadays this red data list, or we can say red list, is a list prepared periodically by IUCN. What is IUCN? International Union for Conservation of nature and natural resources. This red list is maintained by IUCN, which contain the information about the status of all plants and animal species that are threatened in the world. And this red data list has categorized many different animals according to different levels, isn't it? You can see easily that the table is given, and it is for all species. First one is evaluated, then next one was educate data, then threatened categories. Okay, you can see first that exist species. What is exist species? The species that do not have any living representative on earth, like they all are totally diminished, they are not present, like dinosaur and dodo. They are considered to be extinct species and shown by EX. Then it comes the turn of EW. What is EW? Extinct in the wild species. Okay, the species that are not found in wild but found in protected areas. Like we have for conservation and protecting of this wildlife, we have national park, sanctuaries, zoo, all these, isn't it? So this but in forest we could not find them. These are called EW species. Okay, then comes to the threatened categories. What are threatened categories? Like CE, critically endangered species, the species that are facing a high risk for their future. Okay, like Indian grehel and Asiatic cheetah. All these are totally going to finish, and we are not getting any further species for the future. Okay, then endangered species, EN, the species that are not critically endangered but very low in number. For example, Bengal tiger, Asiatic lion, and one horn rhinoceros. Then the turn come of vulnerable species. These are few in number and can be endangered after some factors. Okay, like mandrill and Indian bison. They are considered to be vulnerable species. Then near threatened species, anti. They are about to endangered, like Indian hornbill and panther. Then least concern, LC, the species that are at very low risk, but we have to take care of them also. Not only that the species, those who are going to finish, we have to take care of them only. Data deficient means we have very less data about this. Not evaluated means NE, they are not evaluated till now. So all these are the information which is collected by our red book, and to make us more aware by the International Union for Conservation of Nature and Natural Resources, or we can say IUCN. This IUCN was established in 1948 for knowing the conservation status of different species, isn't it? So I think what is wildlife and how we should conserve wildlife and what are the different categories according to red data list, I think it is clear to you all. Okay, and in next topic we are going to start in our next video the exotic wildlife in India. So up to here I think everything is clear to you, and next of the things we are going to continue in our next video. Till that, thank you, have a nice day.